Hello everyone, welcome back to another StarCraft 2 cast. I'm going to be your caster here today, Green Sue, and today we're looking at a game from Acer.Nerchio. Here we spawn up in the top left as the Red Zerg on Bel'Shir Vestige, however it is you prefer to pronounce that. I say Vestige, some people say Vestige, some people Vestige. I punch those people in the face because they're assholes. I hate those people. Anyway, and down on the bottom right of this map we will be having Dignatas.Bling playing as the blue Protoss. This is one of those games that was released in the replay pack from DreamHack. There were literally hundreds of games from that, and this is from the second group stages, I believe. That is at least where I believe I found it when I downloaded all the replays, and I will be bringing select games from it onto this channel for you all to watch and enjoy. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I believe this is the first game they played on the best of 3 series. I'm not sure exactly the outcome of it. I didn't check it. I just grabbed a game that looked like it would be interesting, and I thought, Dignatas.Bling, solid Protoss. Acer.Nerchio, very good Zerg player. Why not? Acer is definitely up there on my favorite teams. Got some of my favorite players, as in Nerchio, Bly, Scarlet, all fantastic players. Love tracing rally points. Got them all the way down over. Ooh. Oh well. For a second, I don't know, I thought it was over here. I'm like, that's an interesting place to put a rally point. That's generally not an interesting place. That's just like, oh, I'm just going to get him over there so I can scout very early, get it on. And it's like from Bling, we will be having the gateway first before Forge or anything else. Pylon Forge and Pylon Gateway Simulator. So, nothing out of the ordinary there. He would not be going for a very fast, not very heavily macro-style game, from what you can gather as of yet. You can expect to see from him very, possibly either early aggression or very defensive play. I would assume going against a player like Nerchio, seeing his style, I would assume more of a, what would you call it, a offensive style, because sometimes words escape me and I don't know how to speak like, you know, a normal person. 2 overlords currently on the map, just scouting around. One in the base, gonna say hello to his Protoss buddy, maybe see if he can fall in love, because even overlords can find love. We'll spot the pylon on the low ground, which will indicate to him that the expansion is going down, so actually we'll be going for a very, not exactly a defensive macro style, but a macro style nonetheless. Another overlord just wondering, I could find no love back home, so I will go on my own way and see what I have to find there. Maybe someone else will have excitement for me. Oh, overlords, you live a troubled life, don't you? Early third going down from Nerchio. He will be going for a very just incredibly macro-oriented build, even only going for a couple of seconds off the bat. He does have 4 out and 4 on the way, and see what he can do with these. He will be able to hold off any scouting, but Bling will be able to see all 3 bases going down, so he knows what he's up against right now. He knows exactly the style of play going on, and will be that very defensive 3-base play. Won't get on the way. Will be off 1 gateway though, but he will be throwing down 2 more. So Overlord will not, as of now, be able to spot that, so he does have that advantage of having the extra production going down for him. The Arc Natural is now also completed. Looks like no gas as of yet though, so he will be sticking with just Zerglings for a while. We have no speed, just some queens and a couple of lings out to defend these bases, so he will actually not have the most defended area, and he will trouble him now with he does have the Mothership Core and 2 Zealots moving out. Pylon will be going down with Warp Gate just about a minute away from being done. Oh, so Overlord will spot it though. He does see it going down. He will now know what is going on. Really move out. Try and take out this thing. Don't think he's going to force a cancel at all, because he is in position to hold off, but he does have a number. Oh, actually no. He actually got the cancel. It is almost done. He has to go through this side right now, and yes, he will cancel it. He will lose the drone. Now with 1 pylon finished, he will move on with his probe to put another one even more forward position. Sacrifice is going down. 2 spine crawlers. Zerg, the 3rd one coming down. The Zerglings and a queen. This may possibly be able to hold it. Queen versus Monster Core usually does when there's a lot of lings, and these spine crawlers are almost done after that. Time bomb goes down, and these cells are very good surround from Nerchio getting down on these cells. 1 goes down already. 4 rings going out. Let's get the 2nd cell will go down to the pylon is now finished. Warp Gate is also finished. Moving it out, warping, yes, there are the time bomb being very helpful to manage not to lose all those cells when he gets around. Another surround goes down, though he gets another surround, and he will go down. The Mothership Core is also very low. 2 cells are left with a number of blings. Queen is also here. Poking away, really very hard to get. This probe is still alive, but he's taking out. Yeah, they're taking out now. Another surround goes down. 2 more zealots being warped in now. Focusing purely on the zealots, not even going for any kind of stalkers or sentries. There is one at home gardening. He's currently at 4 gates, so very Ooh, she walled something, and that's not very good though. Too bad for him. 5 Zealots now. Very aggressive 4-gate play for him right there. He looks like he even canceled that. That pylon actually. Ooh, I want to pause and look at that. Back, he put that pylon right there in front of Nerchio, so he saw it and he thought, okay, he's going for a second base. I'm secure to go and take a third one, since he will not be very aggressive. And I guess he canceled it, and that is when he threw down all the extra gateways. That was actually a very smart and clever play from Bling right there. Caught him completely awkward, was not ready for it at all. He did manage to spot it right there, which let him try and get in position, which let him hold it for a little while, but he did not actually be able to hold it forever. He still has 4 spine crawlers in place, and he may be able to hold off with these, but I'm not exactly sure, so I should continue that game now. I wanted to pause and look at it, because that was awesome. I'm so glad I caught that, even if it was a little late. I'm so glad I saw it. More zealots being warped in currently. How many zealots is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 zealots against a number of spine crawlers. But he may be able to hold it with just some cute little micro there. 1 zealot to go down, so it's not on 9. Continue to warp in more though, as he is working on 4 gateways. 1 base Protoss to go against a 2 base Zerg. This natural is pretty much underway now. He has no gas as of yet. Well, actually, no, he's there. He's throwing down his first. Wanting to get that speed down will be very, very helpful in holding this, but he's actually getting his Twilight Cast on, so we will see charge rush very soon as well. Now make it even more difficult to do it. He's actually just purely staying on Zealot Blade. He's gonna take all that damage, and then he'll be able to go in and cut everything to ribbons. If not, of course, also being very helpful. It has enough energy for another time ball, and if he even needs to, it has a mass recall ready for him. So Bling is actually in a very good position as of now. He's comfortable where he is, and actually, insult to injury, we'll be adding a Dark Shrine into the mix. Want to get through. There's actually no detection through right now. He's not even on lair tech right now, as he delayed that gas for so long. He's getting it now. He may go off for speed or decide to go for lair off the bat. Yes, there is like a late lair now. It's going to be on. Yes, there it is right now. But with so many zealots at his front door, he is well defended. So many Zerglings, 2 control groups worth of it. So he will be able to hold for a while. I think this aggression is pretty much for now set down. We haven't actually seen him warping anymore, so he will actually be fine. And even as precaution against any sky toss or kind of DT play, Nerchio has thrown down a defensive spine crawler, and oh, that was a hallucinating phoenix. So he will be able to see that there. It's not an actual phoenix, but he does know that. He does now know that his opponent knows what's going on. Fully saturated. He's actually now falling behind, I guess. He did a bit of damage, actually just taking out Zerglings, if anything. Excuse me for losing control of the mouse there. So he now actually needs to catch up in the economy. I can look at the economy, I forget how to do that. Minerals control I. Minerals grossly, yes, in favor of Nerchio there. But gas a little in favor, because he did manage to start earlier, but gas is pretty much even out a little bit, just barely in favor of Nerchio. Expansion now also finished for him, so you will be able to start mining, pull ahead now with their 3 DTs are now being warped right into Archons too, actually. So with 2 Archons and 10 Zealots, 3 Sentries, he may actually be able to now make a push into this base of Nerchio's. Most will also be very helpful. It actually, does it have enough for 2 time bombs? I think it does. Yes, it does have enough for 2 time bombs. Not 3. Well, maybe 3. No, just 2. Doing math in my head, it only has enough for 2. But it could also drown a time bomb, and if necessary, it can also mass recall. So he's in a pretty good position to attack if he does it soon, because evolution payments come down. That's going to make this wall more deadly and harder to take down. He will just have this little gap open where he can get through, which actually may favor no, he doesn't have now this other gap. Unless he can get like a really good surround, he doesn't actually have a Nerchio, that is, actually have a good place to really get a decent concave around, unless he can get his roaches out early. Because if the army tries to engage here, that should be very much in favor of it, because the Archons will be able to sit back and do their splash damage from the back, and these roaches, yes, will be able to fire on the Zealots, but the damage from the Archons, I think, will just outdo it to a point. With so many Zealots versus the... It's a good sized army of roaches. Oh, Forcer goes down, takes out these 2 roaches, and the spine crawlers spring forward in action. Or as I believe Rotterdam call them tickle crawlers, because on their own they do a lot, but when you have enough together, they can be a little bit annoying to you. Bling is now catching back up in macro. He does now have his second base completely underway. Robo Facility going down, plus additional gateways. He's currently not blocked in by his opponent, so he actually will be free to expand, take a third, even a fourth if he feels like it. Forces are now being more aggressive, trying to push his army of Blings back, but they're serving just so annoying. The Spine Crawler is also poking forward again, they're so adorable. Now the Balins are out. Oh dear, Balins are going to have two getting out. A bit of damage to them, but not actually too much. This is the moment that Nerchio's really waiting for. He has a large enough army now to try and engage it outside. Even engage it under the Spine Crawler. That would also be very helpful. The force fields going on are very effective, holding them out, taking out this army in small chunks. Very good. It's a large number of sentries with a large number of force fields right now. He actually did leave it open though as he was chasing down an army. A little sloppy. He did lose his position there in the front. And he now has let his opponent get out just a little bit and go and have to take a third. Will allow him to catch back up, or at least even pull ahead a little bit. They've been on two base for a while, both players, so that's actually pretty much in favor of the Protoss win. Both when a Zerg is two basing against a two base Protoss, it's pretty much in favor of the Protoss 9 out of 10 times I find. Very good burly. Nerchio actually, while concave, actually managed to get a lot of things. There's a mass recall, and he will be safe now. And Nerchio will be free to go and do his own thing, and finally get his own stuff up. Did actually go and take a third down there. We'll be taking one down here as well. So he's actually not prepared to pull ahead in this game. Observer now also will be able to spot that down, but this is a large army now for Nerchio. 33 roaches, 8 banelings, and a small number of leftover lings. Very, very powerful for him. We'll actually be able to do a bit of damage with the right engagement, with the right concave. He can move around, take a couple watchtowers for himself, and hold that position around. This is a very fearsome army from Bling though. Immortals in the mix will do a lot of damage to those roaches, and these essentially will be able to put those force fields down to block it off into it. Army is going to move down here into the third first one. He will catch out that probe, will catch it, and actually will probably more than likely go down. I don't see it going up anytime soon. We'll have to go down. We can now take it out and get there. Forces are going to go down. You can see they're very helpful there. We'll be able to hold that. And perfect timing for each of them, as Nerchio is going for the Spire tech. Bling is throwing down his own Stargate tech to transition into that Sky Toss. Very powerful against Zerg right now, as the Zerg are still trying to find ways to deal with it as effectively. Mass board base, just random noob shit. I don't even have to work with these things. But then, if we're going for Phoenixes though, those are just as good though. The time for Oracle Harassment is generally past, where it would be the most damaged. He still could do it if he decided to, but the Phoenixes will also be very good with a number of those out. This is a very ground-heavy army. There's no Hydras in the mix, and no sign of them. So all he really will have is the Mutalisk off the bat to defend. And if he does see it, and if Bling does see this coming, he will be able to get the Stalkers up. Generally, our Mutalisk will take out. Mutalisk will generally take out Phoenix in a one-on-one engagement, but with enough Stalkers in the mix plus the Phoenixes, he will be able to make a pretty good engage for himself. Yeah, we see Nerchio clicking away on his units, trying to just get them all in position. Does actually not have many bands left. He's pretty much taking away from. He needs all his gas, taking all the gas away from making his roaches and banelings. Put it in the music. This is our very gas heavy units. Trying to go on more days. He can't again. He does not want to lose his third again, so he will try and pull it very well this time. He is in a position to do it, so I don't see any kind of that either. I do assume that he did manage to see the Spire. Not sure though.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh yes, he has an observer there. There it is. I couldn't see it at first. But he does actually have it there. He just now flying in, so he did see it, and he was able to get it before it. More Stalkers, and these units are going to be chased away by this Phoenix Town. It's a very large Phoenix Town actually for right now. Against these units, so he does have enough to really generally to hold it as of right now. So, looks like Nerchio tried to break in there, but the force fields on his side were too good for Bling, so he wasn't actually able to get him. And now, Nerchio actually making the transition into Corruptor and possibly going into Broodlord tech after a little while. And again, it's always been very powerful. Oh, and now Nerchio is actually in a position. He will go to jump up against the base, and now he's actually blocked off the army of Bling out in the third, and he will actually run in here. Overcharge is going to go down on the Nexus. Plus the time will slow his army down for a little while, but he did buy himself a lot of time by slowing him down. We're going to do a bit of damage. He was flying to chase these things back, keep him away from the army, and now the main army of Bling will be finished. Actually, he's going to box his army of Nerchio into the main base. Roaches in the mineral lines of both, and now they're inside the main base, taking out pilots, going to do a lot of damage to his production if they're letting. The Sphinx is now used to taking out the Mula, so generally alright for him. All he can do now is try and take out some probes. See if he can take out the gas. Oh, there's no. This is actually the upgrade to the base, so he's Roach's good attack from Nerchio. It was well timed too, and I'm just going to burrow in there. Infuriating for Protoss, he's going to burrow these roaches in the back and he might just figure it out. No, they will actually just come by and he'll clean them up later. This actually get no, it shouldn't have. Yes, it is unpowered. Oh, that's too bad. Just out of range, I guess. Too bad. Army has actually now been, I was gonna say actually now it's been remasked, but it's just a bunch of Zergans that are gonna want to do a run by. Do a little damage, take out a couple pros, but on the whole it's not too terribly effective. Take out a couple pros from gas, so that will just slow them down a little bit. This is a very gas heavy army with all the stalkers and immortals. But it will not be the worst thing. Zergan run bys all over the base now. A couple more roaches, plus the Raptors. Gonna be taking out those Phoenixes. And down to my army of Nerchio. Oh god, he actually unpowered a lot of things there. He actually got right in the middle of it and threw out all those times. So actually a lot of things now taking out 4 gateways, cybernetics core. So there's only currently 3 gateways now for this one. He's gonna have to get those backed up. These run bys from Nerchio in this half have actually been very well executed and very well done. So he's actually going to do a lot of damage to pull himself back a little bit. Phoenix is flying around being annoying. Actually lifted up doing a lot of damage here in the 4th base for him. Queens are being a little annoying to them, but actually the Phoenix is doing a lot of damage. He took out pretty much all the probes after this expansion. There's really no way for Nerchio to do it as he lost all his Mulas. He doesn't actually have any anti-air besides his Queen and a couple of Spore Crawls around, so if Bling keeps up, he'll actually continue to do a lot of damage. It is already resaturated, but hey, that was a lot of damage that was done. He's just now back into the fray, going to a lot of damage. There actually isn't, again, not a lot of air. There's a couple of things, a couple of stalkers. Right now, these Phoenixes are going to pretty much be able for a little while to destroy the ground army. This currently 1-0-2 in favor for the Protoss with actually the 0-0 upgrade for Nerchio. So he's actually a little behind in that respect. He actually could look to move forward. They're going to run by again, do a lot of damage, but very well timed cells. Actually, hold these things up for quite a little while, take out a bunch of them, and they just slow down their attack from Nerchio. These units are being so damaged as Bling just didn't actually have a ground army well enough to deal with this. It was pretty spread out, and he actually, all those run-bys after a little while, slowed his production around just enough that Nerchio was able to pull back ahead, and Bling will have to tap out. That was a really nice play from Nerchio. He was a little behind in the beginning, but managed to pull back, and with continuing run-bys towards the end of the mid-game, he was actually able to pull himself really far ahead by slowing down the production of his opponent. Actually, never even got these 2 buildings repowered, so his Cybernetics core was completely underpowered, and he actually was never able to fully utilize the power of his army. So that's actually just really too bad for Bling, but really good play from Nerchio. I enjoyed it a lot. I also hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to come back next time. You can subscribe and rate this video. Just let me know. Follow me on Twitter. Let me know. Talk about StarCraft stuff. Talk about esports. Find my live show on twitch.tv/green. So, fun stuff. Oh! Come back next time, please.